Prosperity and abundance to everyone tuning in. I am Mrs.Melanin Reigns, and it is an honor and a pleasure to be back with you all. So, I completed an upload for you all, but I had to delete it because I'm practicing using my mic. I should have used it when I initially bought it, and I would be adjusted by now. But since I haven't, I have to get back in the swing of making it a habit to use it, so I'm doing so properly. But until then, I wanted to bring you guys this message called Silencing the Noise and Naysayers, because I think it's so vital to just continue to have that encouragement on your journey. So I always take these sabbaticals, and they are not scheduled. I really just go with what I am guided to do. So after my sabbatical, I like to get into my flow naturally, and then once I'm in my flow, I'm in go mode. And another thing that I notice, our misconception of the Most High makes us feel like the Most High is docile. So when the Most High is speaking through individuals, and I'm not talking about being belligerent, belittling people, things of that nature, because that's coming from our flesh, and we all fall a victim to that every now and again, myself included. However, some of the hard messages, people still refuse the hard messages. And because the world, our parents, society, culture, nationalities, all these different things have been so hard with us, it has gotten to the point where there's hypersensitivity, and it's all understandable. It plays a role to a certain extent. However, those hard messages, a lot of people can feel convicted by them, not knowing that the messages that come through us convicts us as well. Okay, we oftentimes look too much to the person rather than looking to them as a vessel. And for someone who as myself, who has positioned themselves to be a vessel for the Most High, I am in respect of that knowing that the Most High is not docile, that the Most High does come with discipline, that the Most High does leave you to your vices, your idolatry, and all of those things, if that is what you so choose. However, a lot of people have this perception of that power being, just like only good, like there's a limitation to it. And as I always say, we have so much more to learn. Excuse me, I just dropped my cup. We have so much to learn, myself included, and I'm just open to that. I'm open to learning through the Most High, okay? But there's some pushback, and sometimes it's not even that the message is hard, it's just that these people in their spirit, they're just enemies of progress, and it's not always personal towards you. Sometimes it just is what it is when you come across these vessels, and so they will spew their discouragement, or they'll try to confuse you about your character. And so you always want to be on guard about that, and continue to walk into your purpose, and continue to walk in your purpose, and continue to strive regardless of what the naysayers are saying, regardless of what the noise is saying. So sometimes the noise and the naysayers will be inside of you as doubt, as previous people in your lives permeating in your brain because of traumatic situations, whatever it may be. I just want to encourage you to continue to strive upon what you're being guided to do. Continue to trust the vision that is placed upon your spirit, because you are purposed in your walk. You are purposed in what you are being guided to do. So this season of my life, I'm really, 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 really adamant about, I'm always thinking about, okay, if I put this out, how would this make people feel? Is this too much content about narcissism? I don't want to get people in a feeling fearful, or whatever the case may be. Those are not my intentions. So I do a lot of times overthink how what I put out can impact other people. However, in this season of my life, while I am still paying attention and being discerning in those areas, I still am going to push forward, because I know that sometimes, when people closest to you or people you've known may not agree with your standpoint, or whatever their stance may be, it can impact how you go upon your journey. And you have to understand that mentality of you a lot of times will not be noticed for who you are amidst the people who have been used to you, who are used to you. Those people may not be able to see you for who you have grown to be. And this is in every season of your life. Some people will fall off, people, places, and things. And not in a negative sense, not in a hateful sense, but it just is a vibrational thing, okay? So in this season of your life, as you're striving to move forward, I really want you to continue to talk and sit and be still with the Most High. Continue to listen and clear your inner being so that you can have that clear pathway, and so that you are not relying on any outside sources, so that outside sources can only be confirmation for where you are headed. And then this is not to say do not allow these different things to help you rework your plan, okay? Because that is supposed to help you just go back over the plan and reassure yourself, reassure the process. But you do not have to be rigid in your thinking either. That is not what I am putting out there. However, you really have to be steadfast in what is placed upon your spirit, because this is what you are being called to do. It is not a conference call. I seen a meme, I think a few years ago, and I think it's one of my favorite to date, saying that it's your calling. It's not a conference call, so you can't expect other people to really understand the extent of what you have to do, how far you have to go, what you're being guided to do. Like I said, we put the Most High in a box, but that is not, the Most High never contradicts. However, we need to remember that the Most High moves in mysterious ways, and so sometimes it won't align with what we think it would be. Okay, it may not be the 2 + 1 is 3. It may be 1 + 1 + 1. It may be 3 × 1. The Most High has different ways of going about things, and so allow that to remind you that even when other people may not understand it, even when you may not understand it, take the steps you are being guided to take when it's coming from the right place. Okay, so I just want to continue to encourage you. I know that there is nothing that can be said or done. A lot of people get triggered when you bring up narcissistic personality disorder. But listen, saying we all have narcissistic traits is not saying much of anything. That means we need to continue to look to ourselves look within ourselves to see what we can clean out, how we can continue to heal through those processes. If you are not a narcissist, you are capable of working through that on a whole different level. We're not going to get into the specifics about how far deep in they are with the reprobate mind, but for us who have the tools and we can dig deeper, okay, so we all have narcissistic traits. That means that there is integral healing we must continue to embark upon day in and day out. There's choices we need to make that will impact others and not only ourselves, that we need to be vigilant of. That's all that says to me. That's one of the main pieces of content that have been triggering people on some of my different pages. And I'm not calling out anybody. I'm not exposing anybody. I am just speaking onto something that, and rest his soul, Brother Arthur. For those of you who know my mentor, Brother Arthur, we have been studying different aspects of the brain as it relates to so many different things. And we refer to where the narcissists operate as the reprobate mind. However, being able to really see the depths of narcissism after experiencing a malignant narcissist, it has been a game changer for me. it has been a game changer for me because it changes the way I relate to my clients. It changes the way I relate to certain things, and it lets you know that these are not one of those people you want to keep pouring into. You don't want to pour out of an empty cup regardless. But some of us have to break through different molds of insecurities. We have to break through different molds of trauma. And so there are aspects of our lives where we're not presenting the highest integrity. But that is nothing and nowhere near the same as someone who has MPD. And speaking to the spiritual level, excuse the background, but speaking to the spiritual level, once you have acknowledgement of these things and you see how dangerous it can be, it's your duty. It's your duty. I don't take clients for MPD. I don't do any of those things. I don't try to portray myself as something I'm not, but it is a resource. This information is a necessary resource when you're embarking upon your spiritual journey, when you're changing careers, when you're getting into relationships, when you're getting out of relationships, when you're embarking upon any aspect of life. We need to be vigilant of what we're dealing with. So that is the message. I hope that it reaches you well. I hope that it encourages you. I hope that it helps you be cautious. I hope that it is something that adds value to your life. And once again, I am Mrs.Melanin. It is truly always an honor and a pleasure to be back with you all.